Final Fantasy XVI isn't a real Final Fantasy game. Square Enix wants you to believe it is, but it isn't. It's just a subtle and nothing more. It's a spin-off and shouldn't be considered a real Final Fantasy game.
Are you serious right now, bro?
And he scrolls through Twitter as he shields the same exact game, but that game is Final Fantasy XV. Don't worry, I actually like that game. But he's wrong. Final Fantasy XVI is a real Final Fantasy game. If that is not true to you, that pretty much means most of the series after Final Fantasy X since 2001 has not been a real Final Fantasy either. Final Fantasy games are all set in different worlds, universes, and many of them, including the actual spin-offs like Tactics, have different gameplay or deviations of it. I guess Final Fantasy Tactics is not a real Final Fantasy either. Alright, I'm tired. Listen, after PAX East 2023, there should be no more slander on Final Fantasy XVI. Yes, Final Fantasy XVI is not sanctioned from criticism or critique, but a lot of the criticisms feel very weird or is crazy. From my perspective, it seems like massive hypocritical energy just because it's Square Enix or Final Fantasy in general. People complain about loading screens in games like Final Fantasy VII Hard and Final Fantasy XVI. Like, why would you be mad at this? Old school loading screens is dang near watching paint dry for 5 to 10 seconds all the time. It all seems very nitpicky when many other games do it, still have it, or games that you love, but since it's Square Enix, it's just bad for some reason. But today is the day that Square Enix proved that Final Fantasy XVI is going to be above standard quality of many Final Fantasy games at PAX East. Well, until PAX East messed up like this. Well, I like that dodge. Oh, look at that Mega Flare. There's so much to break down. Dentetsu Tugen? No, it's Stream.
And they had her game.
I'm sad.
12 seconds later.
Dog, the ad not playing for real, for real.
Gameplay so far, dang, I can't even get ad revenue.
That's crazy. I'll be actually angry. And then you gonna hit me with a 1 out of 2? Not now. And it freeze again. Hey, you watching this video, you this far in the video and you haven't hit the subscribe button. I would love if y'all subscribe, and let's return back to the video. Apparently Boston had a whole internet surge or outage or something like that, but I feel incredibly sorry because this is supposed to be the big day to tackle a lot of the social media critique of Final Fantasy XVI and show the game off 100% in its full state. It's like Final Fantasy XVI can't catch a break with the marketing. However, at PAX East, we got an incredible blowout of information at the Final Fantasy XVI panel. Square Enix somehow did save the archive and they uploaded it in full HD to their YouTube channels. This panel debunked and did a lot of de-escalation of Twitter and a lot of people issues with Final Fantasy XVI thus far. Not everything was solved, but they did a wonderful job at expressing that the game is in good hands right now, or in a very prominent good state. The best section of the panel was when they explained that Final Fantasy XVI media focus is showing off the action elements of the game so far. And even in the earlier trailers with gameplay, we did have numbers and they will focus on the RPG element of the game at a later date. The only thing I was curious and skeptical on was the boss battles. When I first saw them, I was like, they gonna be pretty big set pieces, but pretty much the same thing. Yoshi P said, nah, I got you. They also confirmed that they are not all boss battle cutscenes that just have to have QTEs in them all the time. What I really about games that do quick time events is that messing up could either be funny or really painful. So in many games with failed QTE segments, it will change the outcome of a scene. Since it adds replayability, and since they said failed QTEs don't result in a game over, it's going to make me experiment and fail on purpose in many different scenarios just to see what the outcome could have been. Final Fantasy XVI is a real Final Fantasy, and it's not like turn-based JRPGs are going to disappear, especially within Square Enix. Don't sleep. Y'all didn't even play Octopath 2 yet. Did you even buy that game yet? You probably didn't even play the first one. I already know that. I ain't played the first, but I played 2. Final Fantasy Gold has been changing since Final Fantasy has came out. And to say something not a real Final Fantasy is crazy as a fan, and it's insane to discredit a new entry in the series. Hey, it may not be what you want from Final Fantasy, but but I'd rather you say, hey, I may not be interested in this, rather than just completely writing it off and calling it garbage. Final Fantasy XVI is a real Final Fantasy as do all the other mainline entries from 1 to 14. There's probably people out there that call Final Fantasy 14 not a Final Fantasy. Yo, that'd be crazy. If I don't think I've seen that, but I probably could find it on the internet somewhere. That being said, if you guys are enjoying this little quick discussion about Final Fantasy 16, I think this game might enter my top 5 Final Fantasy games just by looking at it. I can see where it's probably a win, and it might be top 3, probably top 2 or 1. Who knows? We'll look into that in the future. But if you guys are enjoying today's video, make sure y'all hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for all notifications. Join the Discord in the description down below to get notified when your boy upload. You'll never miss one. And remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla, peace, and I'm out.
Let's see who's stronger.